rock and stone miners.
Remember, leave no one behind.
Welcome to this elite deep dive. Okay, wow, that's a spitball right in front of us. Alright, so a point extraction.
Right. Welcome to the first stage of the deep dive. You're in for a rough ride, miners. Hope you know what you signed up for. Complete your first 2 objectives and you'll be all set for the
Wow,
next
that's a
stage.
lot of enemies attacking us right now, so just gonna get rid of the enemies right now. Right, there's a warden over there, just gonna get rid of that warden.
Fire, please.
Alright, by the way, my loadout is in the video description. You can check out my weapons loadout in the video description. I've said this many times in my previous videos and I'll say it again.
Glyphid down. Go fetch.
My favorite weapon by far is the shard diffractor.
One platform, ready to use.
You'll notice in my loadout that I have a lot of mods equipped
Platform up.
which increase the area of effect damage done by the shard diffractor, and that works out really well because the shard diffractor anyway does a lot of damage on its own, and so when you apply AoE mods on the shard diffractor, it also becomes really good at crowd control. So that is exactly the sort of weapon I want. You know, a weapon which is which does a lot of damage and is good at
fighting bugs and moving dirt
crowd control at the same time. So the shard diffractor is good at short range and long range. It's good at dealing with single targets, and it's great at dealing with swarms, with massive swarms, and that is something which you really want when you're stepping out into higher hazard missions, because you tend to get swarmed a lot on higher hazard missions by a ton of enemies. So you want a weapon which is good at crowd control. Oh my god, I'm kind of annoyed by the fact that this elite deep dive is in Magma core, because as you can see, Magma core is just really annoying with its earthquakes, and I'm sure tell Bosco to mind that, with its earthquakes and those, you know, the fire geysers which eat up your health basically. The good news is that we've managed to find some nitra early on, and we've also managed to find a quartz early on. So the strategy which you should employ when you're dealing with
loot bug eliminated. That will teach you.
With a point extraction is that you should be fast. You should deal with getting rid of the quarks and all your objectives really fast, because the number of enemies that you deal with in a point extraction and the frequency of swarms in point extractions only goes up as time passes. This is not a good place to be in. I just want to get back up so that we're close to our sentry and we have space to fight, of course. I hope I can show you right now how good the shard diffractor is at dealing with swarms. Of course, this is just the first stage, so I'm going to have plenty of time to show you how crazy the swarms can get and how efficient the shard diffractor is at dealing with crazy swarms. For now though, we're going to have to get rid of the Glyphid Wardens. Wow, this is looking like a tough map to say the least, you know. Alright, there we go. That's a lot of enemies, and as you can see, the shard diffractor, you just have to unleash it at those enemies, and they're not that big a problem then. Okay, 60 nitra so far. We're running a bit low on ammo, so we need to find nitra a bit urgently now. I did see some more nitra over here. Just gonna tell Bosco to pick that up. I want to deposit it. So we already got 3 aquacs so far. We've not found any egg. I would ideally like to find an egg right now, because
Light for me, please.
one of those eggs is gonna have a swarm, and because we just dealt with the swarm that was triggered by the point extraction, we now want to deal with the swarm triggered by the egg as soon as possible, so that we don't get double swarmed, so that we don't have a swarm caused by the egg and then a swarm caused by the point extraction at the same time. That is something which we really do not want.
Platform.
So I'm a bit curious as to where the eggs are right now. Okay, that's a lot of nitra. You know what, let's just mine all the nitra over here. I ideally like to collect as much nitra as possible in the first stage, but collecting nitra is not going to be as big a priority as finding aquacs, because you want to finish point extraction missions as soon as possible. So yes, while it's good that we've found a lot of nitra, okay, that's why audio cues are important. I moved away right in time to avoid the attack of that web splitter. The audio cues in Deep Rock are really important. You should always pay attention to them. Every enemy, before it attacks, it always has an audio cue. Alright, so this is 1 o'clock and that is another one over there. Just gonna tell Bosco to carry one of these while we take this one up. So I think we're done with 5 aquacs right now. We just need to find 2 more, the location of 2 more aquacs, and then we'll be done with aquacs at least. We need to find some eggs also now. Alright, I'm gonna call a much needed resupply because we're running low on ammo right now. Kind of tense. A point extraction is always tense,
Supplies are coming.
Because enemies are just constantly attacking you while you have to explore and search for the aquacs at the same time. That is why I do not like point extractions. They're so tough, and frankly speaking, point extractions also don't give a lot of XP. Alright, time to take 1 ammo pack and head back down to collect that nitra which we saw. Right. So far so good though, 5 aquacs, and we've also found quite a bit of nitra. At least, we found enough nitra to help us survive this round at least.
Access provided.
I would ideally like to find nitra which is enough to survive this round, and also some nitra to carry forward in the next stage. Wow, I just fired my platform gun at some enemies right now. That was not really the brightest thing, but alright.
I can't carry anymore.
We're still good. Alright, you know what? Scrap that. We're gonna head back up to fight the swarm right now. Where the hell are the eggs, man? Where the hell are the eggs over here? Wow, that's a lot of Mactera. Let's head back up. There's just a lot of enemies right now. I'm glad that none of the Mactera attacking us right now was was a tri-jaw. Otherwise, we would have been in a really tight spot there. Alright, so far so good. There is an oppressor, but I'm frankly not that concerned about the oppressor because the oppressor is slow. Just got hit by a web spitter. Okay. I think one of the sentries... wow, that's a lot of enemies. Whenever you see a lot of enemies, apart from hitting those enemies with the area of effect weapon, you should also move out of the way. Just so that you can find some breathing room to deal with the massive number of enemies charging at you. Okay, I think it's time to get rid of this oppressor. Oh, wow. This has been tense so far. Oh, we didn't deposit a nitro.
Depositing!
Alright, second swarm. We need to find some eggs. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Let's head towards some eggs right now. I think I see some nitra there also. That's good, that's good. Finding more nitra is always good. Magma core is such an annoying map. Of course, we could have worse biomes. I think I would still prefer Magma core to maps like Fungus Bogs, you know, or like maps where there are even more annoying environmental hazards. I really don't like those
Gizzards team, swarm incoming.
green gas spitting things in fungus swarms. I forgot what they're exactly called, but yeah, all said and done, Magma core isn't the worst biome we could have asked for. Although of course it's still annoying. Alright, second swarm in a row. Let's do this.
Feel my wrath.
With the Praetorians, I always break their armor first. I also have the armor breaking mod equipped on Shard Diffractor, so I break the armor first. And then I attack with Voltaic SMG because Voltaic SMG I have the weak spot damage mod equipped on the Voltaic SMG. So it's great for attacking enemies who are susceptible to weak point damage. Okay, running out of ammo again, that's not good. Okay, just gonna take some ammo. Alright. Back in the game. Oh, there are a lot of Mactera in this biome right now. So we've had, I think, 2 or 3 swarms. I'm sorry, we've had 2 point extraction swarms and 1 egg swarm in this stage so far. So things are getting a bit tense. We really need to find the rest of the Aquarks and then bail. We need to get the hell out of here as soon as possible. The trouble though is that I don't know where the rest of the Aquarks are. Alright, that's actually okay because let's just deposit the egg. There is a large section of the map which is still unexplored, and we have only 2 Aquarks left to find. So I don't think finding those Aquarks is going to be a challenge right now. What's going to be a challenge is dealing with enemies right now, because the number of enemies attacking us right now are going to increase. Man, where? Okay, that's the second egg.
There's no mule available on this.
Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a mule available. That's what happens when there are eggs. You always think that there's molly around to deposit those eggs, but there's no molly around. Where the hell is this egg, man? Wow, that's a lot of enemies. As I said, dealing with enemies is going to be a problem now, because now we're just going to be constantly attacked by enemies while we're searching for eggs and aquarks at the same time. This is why I absolutely...
It's a big one,
Okay,
team.
wow, there we go. That's another one. Where is this egg? There it is. Thank God we found that. An earthquake, not really the best time for an earthquake right now. Really unfortunate that we ran into an earthquake right now, but okay, this earthquake is getting over soon, so it's time to get back to our sentries because a lot of enemies are going to be attacking us. Because we withdrew an egg at the same time a swarm was triggered. Maybe we could have like... Wow, maybe we could have waited a bit more to extract that egg. As you can see right now though, the Shard Diffractor again really good at dealing with a massive, crazy amount of enemies, which we are dealing with right now. Tough map, I'll have to say. Okay, let's use another shredder. Get rid of that warden. And here comes another pressure. Oh fuck that. That is shellback. I want to get rid of the shellback as soon as possible. Oh my god, there is another oppressor. Thank you for that, deep talk. And web splitters attacking us at the same time. Alright, no biggie. Dealt with the web splitters. When will this end? When will the constant onslaught of enemies end? Alright, we need some more ammo right now.
Getting more ammo.
Thank God. Wow, that was some pretty intense combat. Oh my god, man. By the way, we have to deposit that last egg also. Things getting tense over here, guys. Things getting tense over here. Alright, where is it?
I'm gonna kill you all.
Alright, I think we have the location of the egg. So many earthquakes in this biome, man. And I especially hate it when the earthquake opens up a crack in the ground, because that crack usually has lava around it which can really hurt you. So that's another hazard that you have to deal with in this biome. Alright, we're done with eggs. We need to figure out where the hell that last walk is really fast. I am getting quite scared right now.
One platform ready to use.
Okay, not a good place to be in. Not a good place to be. There's just like a random hole. I'm so glad we got out of that hole because we were kind of trapped there. Things are getting tense. I can't see any aquarks around, and I don't know. Okay, we found one aquark. Okay, there is a cave leech. Thank God for that.
I got cave leech.
That's why I like the Heightened Senses perk. It's really useful when dealing with cave leeches. I always have Heightened Senses equipped. You know, it's my second favorite perk after Iron Will. Alright, well, where is that last aquark? I'm searching for that last aquark right now. Come on, Deep Ross, please be nice. Please. Okay, yes, we found that last one. I'm gonna tell Bosco to mine this. Hopefully we should be able to do this without running into another swarm. Please do not send me another swarm right now. I would like to save up on some ammo before we before we move on to the next stage now. God damn it, man. The terrain is just so bad right now. Alright, where did we? Yes. There it is. Alright, so far so good. Alright, where is the... Yep, there it is. Shit, that's just enemies constantly attack. Okay, and here we go. Here comes another swarm. Shit. I also hate swarmers because they move so fast, you know, and it's just a pain to deal with. Wow, that was kind of a tight spot there, but we managed somehow. Alright, we need some ammo ASAP.
Ready to kill some more crates. Oh yeah. Reloading. Bosco, come here.
Wow, I think we've dealt with like 4 swarms till now. Man, so many wardens also in this. It's just like all the sorts of dangerous enemies in this biome right now. Wardens, shellbacks, oppressors, you name it, this biome has got it. Alright, well, I would really like it if I was able to finish this with just one resupply pod, but that's going to be a challenge now, I think.
Objective completed. The egg quota has been met and management will be pleased. Well done.
That last aquark is over there. Let's get it and let's get the hell out of here after that. Shit, this was a pretty tense round. Another earthquake. Thank you, Deep Rock. Slow me down even further during a point extraction. And so frustrating sometimes. But okay, I mean this is an elite deep dive, so it's bound to be frustrating. Right. We need to just safely... I do not want the aquark to fall down right now, which is why I'm not throwing it. I can throw it now. Alright, I think we're good. Let's just deposit this as fast as possible and then extract.
Well done, you got them all. Exemplary work. You've achieved your objectives in record time.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try finishing this with just one resupply pod. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna try doing it. I love this music, by the way. It's called March of the Brave. It's absolutely one of my favorite deep rock soundtracks. Whoa, a lot of enemies. Time to release some shredders. Shredders also help you save a lot of ammo because as you can see they have like a bleeding effect on enemies, so sometimes the enemies will just die without yeah, you know what, let's just leave that nitra, that's not a lot of nitra. Sometimes the enemies will just die without you attacking them with any other weapons because the shredders are so efficient at reducing their health. Alright, a minute left. Come on, can we do this with one resup, please?
Reloading.
I know people say that engineer tends to lose ammo really fast, but you know what, if you use your shredders and if you use your sentries efficiently, if you always fight near sentries and if you're always using shredders from time to time, I think that problem can be dealt with quite well.
Reloading.
Shutters, in my opinion, are the best engineered grenades. You know, because you release them and they automatically attack enemies around you. You don't even have to aim them. You can just throw them out and just not worry about the rest, because the grenades automatically target enemies by their own. Alright, please be a simple extraction. I don't have a lot of ammo, so I would like the extraction to be simple. Another earthquake. God damn it. Well, at least the ground has not split up to open those lava cracks. Okay, where is this? Where is this? Okay, I think I know where it is. Let's get rid of the MKII bundle because we cannot evade MKII.
I got the frontal slide.
Wow, 7 bullets left in the SMG, so we need to get out.
Access provided.
Alright. Let's just evade now. Let's just evade all enemies and try to
Platform up.
dash for the drop pod. It's right there. Yep. Alright, we did it with just one resupply pod. I'm pretty happy about that. Of course, we're gonna need to use another resup instantly, right when we start the next stage. But I'm happy that we did this with just one resupply pod. You know, at least when we call for the next resupply pod in the next stage, the rest of the ammo packs in that resupply pod won't go to waste. Alright, so this shield disruption. Shield disruption is obviously not good, especially keeping in mind the fact that this biome is magma core. So when there are so many environmental hazards around you in magma core, shield disruption can be a pretty dangerous hazard to deal with. So wow, I'll say this much, this has been a pretty difficult EDD so far. So I'm actually impressed by it. Like, yep, this is exactly how tough an EDD should be.
Yep. Second stage of the deep dive commencing. You've done well so far, miners. Keep it together and get the job done. Fortune and glory awaits. Or, well, fortune at least.
There is one thing about shield disruption though. Shield disruption is, of course, it is an annoying hazard because you don't have the protection of your shields. But it's not that bad also, because on higher hazards, shields give you the protection of only 1 or 2 hits, you know. So the absence of a shield means that you are losing out on the protection of only 1 or 2 hits more, you know. So while it's annoying and while I would definitely prefer to have shield equipped, the shield disruption the shield disruption warning could be managed well, but we are in magma core, so that these things are what I'm worried about, you know, because they're gonna slowly eat up my health for sure. I have a feeling we should just take 2 resuppliers. Actually, you know what? Let's just save some ammo. We'll just double back to get some ammo whenever we need it. Regarding the mission types so far, I am not really that happy with the
one sentry gun ready to be built.
Mission types in this elite deep dive so far, because well, the first one was a point extraction, which is speed based, and well, the mining missions are also speed based because you periodically get attacked by swarms. Of course, the frequency of those swarms does not increase with time.
Squash them.
But with mining missions, the terrain can get quite complicated. So that is what I'm a bit worried about. Let's just hope the terrain is simple enough. Alright, some enemies. I just deployed some shredders right now because it looks like we're gonna have to take another ammo pack sometime soon right now. The reason, by the way, I always destroy these exploding plants is because yes, I know they can be used to get rid of enemies, but they can blow you up as easily, you know, so it can be a really fast way of going down. Yeah, I think right now we're gonna just get another resupply, especially because we're almost at 80 nitra again. We're just gonna get another ammo pack right now. We should be getting swarmed sometime soon now. Okay, I think that's a lot of enemies heading towards us, which is good because, oh my god, exploders. Exploders are the last thing I wanted right now. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have a first swarm over here. As good a place as any. Trying to cover all these areas up so that they don't damage me that much. Alright, let's do this.
Reloading.
We're also at 76 nitra right now. I would like to find some nitra as soon as possible now because we are going to need to take another ammo pack after this swarm. I just get so scared whenever I see exploders during a shield disruption modifier. Because exploders and shield disruption modifiers do not mix well. Wow, you know what, there's so many exploders that I'm kind of surprised by the fact that we have so many exploders despite not having any exploder infestation warning. There's so many exploders. But so far this swarm has been relatively simple because the enemies are coming from only one direction. That's always simple to deal with.
The wave is almost over. Wipe out what's left.
It burns. It burns. Reloading.
Alright. Pretty tense though so far. Wow, 3 exploders. I have a feeling we're gonna have to be really careful about not running into a tight spot with exploders. Because that is just instant death. So the fact that we're gonna have to be careful about that is making me really nervous. Because getting down by exploders in a biome like this with a warning like this is really easy. Wow, more enemies. This is something that of course it's annoying, but it's also the reason why I respect Haz 5. You will get attacked by mini swarms between your standard swarms also, so there's that to deal with also. You know, your ammo reserves will get over really quickly because you'll be dealing with mini swarms and then the actual swarms and then a mini swarm again, and the cycle goes on and on and on. Alright, so where should we go? I think we're just gonna like go here, see like more exploding plants. I would have liked to find some minerals by now. I would have liked, wow, this whole place is completely empty. I would have liked to find some Morkite and some Nitra. But okay, well, I see some Morkite and Nitra. That's good. That is good. Let's start collecting some minerals and also replace the sentry. Okay, there is an egg over there.
Sentry gun needs assembling.
Let's immediately collect that egg because we just had a swarm. So right now is the best time to collect eggs. Let's also tell Bosco to mine this. The reason why it's the best time to get an egg right now is because we just had a swarm which was triggered by the mining mission. So you ideally want to have the swarm which is going to be triggered by an egg right now, so that the chances, so that you don't run into a double swarm basically, you know.
My boots, my poor boots.
Oh man, shield disruption is proving to be a pain over here. Alright, it's below. Right, in the swarm.
Molly, come here.
Okay, no swarm. I'm actually not that happy about that.
One platform, ready to use. You're a stain on the floor.
Because I would have liked to just deal with the swarm and get it over with right now, you know. The good thing though is that we do have low gravity here. So low grav is also really useful in getting out of tight spots. For example, if you're in a tight spot with an exploder, you can just sprint and jump at the same time to get out of the way. And because it's low grav, your jump will carry you all that further. You know, have we explored this area? We've got me 35 Morkite till now, which is kind of worrying.
I smell bacon.
Yeah, I think we should just move on to the next area. Because I think this whole place is completely explored now.
Reloading!
I always like doubling back to get the ammo from an existing resupply pod, because I know it takes time, and I mean, if you're speed running, don't do this, but you know, like, I focus more on ammo conservation and finishing an EDD without getting down even once. So if that is your priority, you should definitely consider going back to use up the ammo packs from any resupply pods which you've already ordered, because that really saves up ammo.
Some sugar. Hot.
Alright, that's our last ammo pack.
Getting more ammo.
That's okay because we have 166 nitra now. So I would have liked for the nitra to be at 240 right now, so that we had enough for 3 resupply pods, because then we would definitely have nitra being carried over to the next stage. But alright, you know, 160 is also good enough. We can manage with that. I think it's now time to just move on to the next area. Where is that next egg, by the way? I think it's further down. Yep.
Platform.
Alright. Let's go further down.
The swarm is heading your way. Load up.
Alright, this is a good time for a swarm, and this is also a good place to deal with a swarm.
Armed and ready.
Because this is a place with as you can see, 1 and 2 entrances, so there are only 2 places where the enemies can come from. I have a sentry right over here, and the best part, there's no lava covering this ground, so I will not get damage from the environment, at least, unless there is an earthquake right now. I do not want an earthquake right now. Ah man, that's why I hate web splitters.
Let's clear them out.
Okay, so far so good. This is also the perfect opportunity to show you why the engineer is so good at holding ground. You know, the engineer is especially adept at things like salvage missions, or when you have to recover a black box, basically when you have to hold your ground. The engineer excels at fighting at one place.
Ollie, over here!
Unlike the scout, who excels at fighting while moving at the same time. You know?
Reloading!
Another reason why I always like fighting near my sentry, because you can just hold your ground next to the sentry
Hostiles are backing down. Finish them.
and things should be fine. I don't think we've had even a single swarm of enemies so far without an exploder in it. That fact just really makes me nervous, man. Alright, I think we should move forward. Dude, where is the Morkite? Okay. We found at least some Morkite and also some Nitra. That's good. Alright, so far so good. Nitra reserves are at 200 now. So they're looking okay-ish. Okay, another leech, wow.
I got tasty!
Well, that was the first leech of this level, so not that bad.
Mine it! Access provided.
I'm glad we found some Morkite now, because I do not want to be at 35 Morkite at this stage of the mining mission. I'll also have to admit that the terrain has been kind so far. The terrain hasn't been a pain to deal with. So I will always accept and thank the RNG gods when they're being nice to me, because that does not happen very often. Yeah, I think this cave is pretty much done.
Ah, gobble snarks. Think I dropped me bloody keys in there. One sentry gun, ready to be built. Ready to shoot.
Alright. Okay, there's some enemies right now. Lot of exploders. Oh my god, that's a lot of exploders. Jesus Christ. What is up with the exploders here, man? It's like having an exploder infestation. It's like having an invisible exploder infestation hag, you know? Should we call for a resupply over here? Yeah.
I ordered a resupply.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way.
Reloading.
This is also a good place for a swarm, so that's why I call for a resup, because I think if we get swarmed, I would like to just double back to this place and fight over here. This is a good place for a fight. Just clearing out the area a bit more. Alright, let's head down. Let's see what this place has for us. Okay, wow, this looks like a massive cave. And we found the second egg. So we are gonna wait right now a bit until we... Is that a Betsy? Oh shit, that's a Betsy. Oh my god, things just got a bit complicated because I hear a Betsy.
These bugs don't stand a chance against us. Sentry gun needs
a Betsy is an enemy I really respect, because I would in fact rather fight a Dreadnought than a Betsy, because a Betsy can change its attack time, its attack type at any given moment, and you just don't know when that's gonna happen. So a Betsy is just a really unpredictable and a formidable enemy. So color me nervous right now. I also see a brood nexus there, so I'm gonna try to get there and see if we can get rid of the brood nexus really quickly before we get swarmed, which I think should be happening really quickly now. Good place for a fight. Good place for a fight. Gonna relocate the sentries with. And that is the lovable mini swarm between the actual swarm,
Sentry on!
which eats into your ammo.
Whack-a-mole!
Alright, you know what? Should we just go back for the resupplier? Okay, there's some more nitra. Okay, so let's just mine some minerals right now. Alright.
Platform up!
I really want a swarm right now before collecting that second egg because I know...
Scattering horde inbound, team.
Alright.
Swarmers, lots of them.
We got kind of lucky right now because swarmers are really easy to deal with. You know, especially if you are driller, gunner or engineer, because all of them have good area effect weapons, and with engineer, he has the sentries, so I'm not worried about this swarm at all. I'm kind of glad that we got a swarmer swarm, so to say, right now,
Depositing!
so that we can withdraw an egg immediately after this easy swarm and then deal with the swarm triggered by the second egg.
Reloading!
Right, so far so good.
That's all you got in your slippery shit!
I am really nervous at this point, by the way, about Betsy. I get really scared whenever I have to fight Betsy, especially on Hazard 5. You know, on Hazard 5,
Well done, team.
a Betsy can just ruin your life in an instant. I'm gonna just try seeing if I can avoid Betsy altogether. You know, if we can just
Reloading!
collect enough Morkite before we have to face Betsy,
Meet your maker, creep!
I may just decide to get the hell out of this place without fighting Betsy, because that'd be so good, man. That'd be perfect, you know. Alright, so now that we have this sorted, it's time to withdraw that second egg and deal with the second swarm right now. Where is that second egg? Where did we see that second egg? Man, I lost the location of that second egg. Oh yeah, it's there.
Get to work!
I'm gonna tell Bosco to mine this because I want to be prepared for the swarm. I think the place where we set up our sentry is a really good place to fight a swarm. So we are just gonna stand over here, prepared to deal with the swarm, while Bosco does the mining for us.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
Alright, here we go. Come on, Bosco. If only Bosco could move faster with the
Follow me, Bosco!
eggs and aquarks and all the heavy objects.
All eggs collected. Objective completed. You're doing well.
Alright.
Combat positions. The swarm's here.
I've got it!
So far, so good.
Donkey, come here!
whenever you see a Glyphid slasher, you should prioritize getting rid of the slasher, because the slasher, apart from dealing a lot of damage, the slasher does a lot more damage than your standard grunt. But apart from doing a high amount of damage, the slasher also slows you down. And you do not want to be slowed down when you are getting swarmed by a ton of enemies, especially on Haz 5, because that means getting down in a few seconds, you know. Betsy's constant beeping is just so scary, man.
Wave's almost over.
Let's cover this up. Alright, so far so good. Time to get some more ammo, and then we're gonna have to move on to the next cave, where I think we're gonna have to engage Betsy. That is going to be a tough fight, guys. I'm actually kind of excited that that we'll face a Betsy, because yeah, I would like to talk to you guys while I'm fighting Betsy at the same time. I'm not really sure how good I'll be at talking while fighting Betsy at the same time, but I would like to share some of the strategies which I like to employ while fighting Betsy. One of which is the fact that when you're fighting Betsy, you should constantly be moving around. You should just never stay still for a second, because if you stay still, Betsy can do a lot of damage, like a ton of damage, in a very short span of time. So the first tip to fighting Betsy is to always keep moving around. Oh man, here comes the enemies again. God damn.
One sentry gun ready to be built. It's armed and ready. You want some more?
Okay, Betsy. Where the hell are you? Okay, wow, that answers my question. Okay, keep moving around, and it's also good to have an area of effect weapon. Oh my god, that's the last thing I wanted right now. The last thing I wanted right now was to be attacked while I am dealing with Betsy at the same time. Okay, wow, one of those charge sucker thingies has already been dealt with, so alright, Bosco, why don't you attack that guy, man? He's right there in front of you. Okay, we have to run now, because I hate that cannon attack which Betsy has. Wow. A really tense fight dealt with. I was really tense about that, especially when other enemies also showed up. So another tip which can really help you when you're fighting Betsy is you should always have a weapon with large area of effect damage equipped to fight Betsy, and you should use that, because hitting those, you know, those yellow weak... what the hell is happening? What is Betsy hitting? Seriously, what the hell is Betsy fighting?
Inventory is full. It's on to the posse.
Can I have
No,
this?
I think I've seen some spare pipe rails lying around the station. Just saying.
Wow, that was a close call. Yeah, so you should always have an area of effect, a weapon which specializes in area of effect damage equipped when you're fighting Betsy, because then you don't really need to hit those yellow weak spots exactly like so accurately. You know, you can hit them
Feeling much better now.
like a few inches here or there and still take damage, because that is that is the beauty of the area of effect damage. Okay, wow, that's a lot of Morkite here.
Molly!
So I think we are just gonna collect this Morkite and get the hell out. Whew. Alright, you know, now that another reason why I like Betsy is I love the fact that after you defeat Betsy, it turns into an ally, and it turns into such a strong ally, you know, because it has that area of effect bomb weapon thingy, and it also has its cannon. It's like machine gun cannon, you know, which is great at targeting single enemies too. So now we have a Betsy. So despite the fact that we're dealing with shield disruption on Haz 5 in Magma Core, hey, at least we have a Betsy now. Alright, so around 10 more Morkite, 12 more Morkite, and we are done with this. Come on, just gonna avoid another goddamn swarm. 20 Morkite, that's we are good. I'm gonna extract immediately.
All necessary Morkite collected. Objective completed.
Alright, that's good. We avoided another swarm, that's good. I'm just gonna start.
Button on the mule when you're ready, and we'll send the drop pod back in.
I think the terrain so far
Drop pod on return vector. Nicely done.
was pretty simple.
Time to earn your paycheck, team.
Oh my god, what the hell is this? Now we have a swarm during extraction. That's not good.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
So things just got kind of complicated. We ran into a swarm during extraction. So I'm just gonna, whenever you run into a swarm during an extraction, guys, you should not rush for the drop pod. You should always stop and deal with the swarm first. Unless you have less time in hand, because right now we have like 5 minutes in hand. So we are going to deal with the swarm first, and then we are going to focus on the extraction. Because if you try to extract and fight swarms at the same time, that's going to end up really ugly. Wow, a lot of enemies. As I said, always a good idea to deal with swarms first.
You're almost through the wave, team. Go, go!
Wow, that's a lot of enemies. But we have a Betsy. Come on, Betsy. Please be of some use. Oh shit, we're out of we're out of ammo for Diffractor, which means that now we need to bail. Where is our resub? We could do with a resub pack right now. Okay, the drop pod is around 100 meters away.
The mule's been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever.
Alright, we've
Have a bullet in the fight!
Drop pod departing in T-minus
got
3
some
minutes.
ammo also now with us. It's really good. I'm really happy with the way we dealt with that swarm in the middle of an extraction. Always remember that whenever you get into a tough spot in Deep Rock Galactic, never panic. You know, you should always just remain calm and keep calm and unleash Diffractor. That should be your motto as engineer. Alright, I just wanna get the, okay, yes. We did it, guys. Stage 2.
Rock and stone!
Whew. Stage 2 done.
Diving.
Stage 3, please be nice. Alright, so stage 2 was really tough to say the least. I do not want another point extraction in stage 3. Alright, low O2 has and 4 Linux. Okay, so yeah, low O2 has it's not going to be that difficult to deal with because of the fact that we always have Molly around and because of the fact that it's an egg mission. Low O2 could have turned into a problem if this was another point extraction or if this was an oil refinery mission, because then you don't have Molly around and then you have only one place where you can refill. Oh shit, there's another. Wow, that's another good body.
Third and final stage of the deep dive commencing. Standard drill team. Stay focused, work together, and you'll pull through. Let's get this thing wrapped up nice.
So so low O2 can turn into a challenge in the mission types where you don't have Molly around, and it can also turn into a really big challenge when you're not playing solo, when you're playing with friends. Because you see, the thing is, when you're playing with friends and if your friends are away from you, if you and your friends are at separate locations, then sharing Molly can get complicated. And when that happens, it usually means that one of you is going to run out of O2, and that can get gross pretty fast, Wow, I don't know. See, this is why I'm a bit hesitant about using Bosco to mine stuff, because I don't know why Bosco sometimes just leaves stuff out, Alright, so we are at 310 Nitra, and our Nitra situation is looking good so far, I'll have to say.
I called for Molly.
So I'm not worried about collecting minerals right now. On this hazard, on Haz 5.5, obviously your biggest worry is dealing with enemies, because enemies, especially dreadnoughts, we're gonna have to fight that one dreadnought, and dreadnoughts do a ton of damage on Haz 5.5. So all enemies, especially dreadnoughts, do a ton of damage. So that is my main worry right now.
Where is that damn tin?
Let's see what the terrain looks like. Right, I see again some of these fire geyser thingies here, which is not good, man. I think I'm just gonna set up a sentry here. I think this is a good place to. My apologies. This is a good place to fight swarms and maybe the dreadnought. So just gonna call for a resupply pod over here.
Stand back, supply pod inbound.
Okay, so I hear some enemies. Let's clear out this area first. Right. A Mactera Trijaw is also a high priority target. You should ideally try hitting the Mactera Trijaw before it can unleash its deadly attack, because the Trijaw's attack, apart from doing a lot of damage, it also covers a massive amount of area, so it's really difficult to dodge it. So you ideally want to get rid of Trijaws as soon as possible. Okay, there's a brood nexus there. I think we should get rid of that brood nexus before anything else. Something that I like about egg missions is that there are swarms, but you only get swarms after you withdraw an egg. So you have all the time in the world to clear out a cave of all enemies, to prepare for fights, to collect as many minerals as you need before withdrawing eggs and engaging with swarms. So that is something I like, especially after like 2 really tense levels where we were getting swarmed left, right and center. I am happy to see an egg mission where we can take our time with the swarms and we decide when a swarm attacks us, Alright, has this place been... There's a golden loot bug there, we'll get to that. Okay, just 2 ammo left in the shard diffractor. That is a sign that we need to get some ammo.
Go forth, my minions. It burns.
I'm also really glad that we've got man, how many Praetorians are here? Alright, where is the Dreadnought? Okay, yeah, it's the, you know what, I think I'm just going to activate the fight right now. I'm going to start the Dreadnought fight right now because now that the cave has been cleared, I would like to deal with the Dread first, which is the biggest threat. Okay, a Glyphid Dreadnought. So we got kind of lucky because we got the easiest Dreadnought type which you can ask for when you are playing solo. That is a big condition when you are playing solo, because this guy takes a long time to execute its ground pound attacks when you're playing solo, as opposed to when you're playing with friends, because then it does its ground pound attack really fast, you know. The low O2 can turn into a bit of a problem when you're fighting Dreadnought. So yeah, I can see why low O2 when fighting Dreadnoughts can turn tricky, because you usually don't really have that long to collect ammo, and you always have to keep moving around. So when you stay still to wow, as you can see, that did a lot of, that just took away my shield in one hit. I'm gonna get rid of this guy really fast. He's making me nervous. Although yeah, I mean, this fight has been pretty simple so far. Oh, and as you can see, I don't really need to point the Shard Diffractor at this Dreadnought's butt, because the Shard Diffractor has ammo breaking also equipped.
Dreadnought wiped out. Good work.
Alright, yep, that's done. Alright, so a big hurdle out of the way.
Reloading.
It's not, so I'm not really worried that much right now, because there are only 4 eggs, so we're gonna get swarmed only once. So unless something really ugly or unlucky happens, like if an earthquake pops up at the worst time, then we can get down, but I mean, I think apart from that, we should be fine. So I'm just going to tell Bosco to mine all the eggs right now while we chill over here, because I don't want to fight next to those geezer thingies, you know, like, and I don't even want to search for more minerals right now, because we have nitra, we have like 236 nitra, so we can call like 2 more resupplies. Oppressors, you know, I think oppressors are kind of overrated with how tough they are. I don't really think oppressors are that tough. Oh, except when they show up during black box events. During black box events, you do not want to deal with huge enemies, you know.
I'm doing my part.
Alright, let's just take another. We're running low on our Shard Diffractor, so let's just take another ammo pack. Alright, well, I mean, I am glad that I have got some breathing space now to just you know, chill around a bit, because the first two levels of this deep dive were quite tough, especially the second level. The second level was quite tough.
Reloading.
I really wish Betsy would have come with us to the 3rd stage. You know, I wish they would make an exception and let Betsy come with you to the 3rd stage, because I mean, fighting Betsy takes so much more effort, and I mean, Betsy was fighting with us for a very short duration during the last stage. So yeah, I would have liked Betsy to be here, but okay, what the hell, you know, we can deal without it also.
Swarm, it's a big one, team.
It indeed is a big one. That's a lot of enemies coming at us right now. Alright, just gonna deal with this egg later. Man, that's a lot of Max Terra. Okay, time to release some shredders. Refill the sentries. We also have to get rid of our O2 problem. Lot of Magterra in this stage. Whoops, that's a Trizor. Get rid of the Trizor. Oh wow, that was 2 Trizors. Wow, that could have been an ugly spot to be in. Yeah, just gonna plug this hole, man. I'm sorry I forgot to plug this hole. We should have done that earlier. No harm done though. We have survived this swarm also.
Reloading.
And that is the last swarm that we're gonna have.
The wave is thinning out.
The last swarm of this elite deep dive. Okay, gonna release one more shredder.
Reloading. Getting supplies. Yeah.
Alright, good. So far so good. Do we need more? No, I don't think we need more time. Yeah, because we're not going to be facing any swarms now, may as well relocate the sentry over here and fight them next to the eggs.
Need to invest in some better one sentry gun ready to be built.
Alright, well, has 5.5 this time decided to be kind to us. Always glad when has 5.5 decides to take it a bit easy and not go crazy. Oh well, here we are. That is my big jackass moment. I was searching for an egg where there was no egg there. When there was no egg there, my apologies for that derp moment. Happens to the best of us, I guess, though. I think this has happened to every miner when you're just like frantically searching for an egg and you're like, where the hell is that egg? And then you open up your map to realize that, oopsie, whoa, that's 2 detonators. That's what I'm talking about. Now, see, here's the thing. Now the O2 has just got slightly complicated. Because we're gonna have to be careful that we do. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the other detonator with this one. Yes, come on, die fast. Yes, please die. Yes, oh my god. That was a massive problem taken care of. Double detonator. Just when I was saying that Has 5 had decided to be sweet to me, Has 5.5 has decided to be sweet to me, it decides to send me double detonators. Yep. That sounds more like the Deep Rock Galactic, which I know. Alright, you know what? Screw taking risks. I am just gonna fight this over here. At our good old spot.
I ordered a resupply.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
Armed and ready.
I'm just gonna start laughing if I get a double detonator again. The good thing about fighting in this area is that you can lure enemies to these like fire geyser thingies and they also take damage from that.
Come here.
Alright guys, so I think we are done with this elite deep dive because
objective completed, all eggs collected.
I think the extraction
Objectives are completed. Drop pod beacon awaits activation.
I think the extraction should be simple.
Smooth as always, team. Drop pod is on the way.
Tough deep dive, man. This was a tough elite deep dive, not gonna lie. Magma core living up to its reputation, you know. Especially with shield disruption on the second stage. And just the amount of exploders in that second stage. Holy hell.
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule.
Alright, so the
Drop
pod's
pod
right
departing
there.
in T-minus 5 minutes.
Drop pod isn't waiting forever. Sentry gun needs assembly. Sentry's done! Go get him, boy!
Good. Alright. This is good. Alright, Molly. Please go inside the pod faster. I know that there's some glitch which you can use to get inside the pod faster. But I don't really like using glitches that much. Alright, so we are done with the elite deep dive. I am glad that we did not get down even once, because this was a toughie. We could have easily got down at so many points during the course of this elite deep dive. Alright, so let's see how many bugs we killed. Alright, so 1094 bugs killed, never downed. Thank you for joining me on this elite deep dive, guys. Subscribe to the Cyber Scout for more content related to Deep Rock Galaxy.